Also, guys, we're back with some more Linkin Park. This is the first time I've ever listened to this video or watched the video. Listen to this song. It's called In the End, the official HD music video. It has 1.6 billion views, so one of the most popular songs ever made on YouTube. You know, if you have over 1 billion views, especially nearly 2 billion views, it's one of the most popular songs on the internet. So I can't wait to see this one, guys. Make sure to drop a comment down below. I know Chester Bennington, I think he was in Linkin Park, so RIP to him. He was an amazing lyricist and vocalist. I've heard him collaborate with different artists before, but this one should be pretty unique, guys. Let's get it, guys. In the End. So we're talking about the end of lifetime or something.
It starts with
one thing, I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to explain in due time. All I know, time is a valuable thing. Watch it fly by as the pendulum swings. Watch it count down to the end of the day. The clock takes life away. It's so unreal.
So they're talking about the end of time. So they're saying in the end, he said, you know, in the end, you know, the pendulum is swinging, time is passing by. You know, time is like a constructed thing by us humans. Only in the last like 100 years or 200 years did really even invent time. Like a 24-hour clock is just, it doesn't actually mean anything. A lot of people just take it as like a sacred thing, but it's not actually, it's constructed by humans, right?
How hard you try, keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to explain in due time. All I know, time is a valuable thing. Watch it fly by as the pendulum swings.
He said time is a valuable thing. Time is the most valuable thing, guys. There's nothing more important in this life than time. Nothing. Money, it doesn't matter. Nothing is status. If you could buy time, it would be worth quadrillions, you know.
Watch it count down to the end of the day. The clock takes life away. It's so unreal. Didn't look out below. Watch the time go right out the window. Trying to hold on to didn't even know I wasted it all just to watch you go. I kept everything inside.
Okay, so what did he say? He said, then he kind of finishes off with the time counts down and in the end I watched you go. So is he talking about like a girlfriend? He's talking about, you know, a relationship basically with his girlfriend. You know, obviously there's so much time you spend with your partner, whatever, maybe you have something good going, and then in the end, you know, it's just she's gone, guys. It's like it never happened.
Trying to hold on to didn't even know I wasted it all just to watch you go. I kept everything inside and even though I tried, it all fell apart. What it meant to be will eventually be a memory of a time I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Judging by his get up here, guys, by his clothes is what I mean when I say get up. Like, I feel like this is made in the early 2000s, guys. You know, it's 15 years old, 14 years. So when was that? That was, you know, at least 2005, maybe a little bit later. But this is definitely, you know, very centered around, you know, early 2000s, guys. So what did he say then? In the end, it doesn't really matter. So he was talking about, like, in, you know, in the grand scheme of things, guys, like, you know, whatever happens in your lifetime, you know, doesn't really matter. No one's going to care in about 200 years, right? So he's kind of talking about that type of thing.
Doesn't even matter. One thing, I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to remind myself how I tried so hard. In spite of the way you were mocking me, acting like I was part of your property. Remembering.
So he's saying, like, you mocked me, you acted like I was part of your property. So he's saying this girlfriend, you kind of, you know, disowned him and looked down upon him and stuff like that. Or his parents, maybe he could be talking about too. Yeah, very deep song.
In spite of the way you were mocking me, acting like I was part of your property. Remembering all the times you fought with me, I'm surprised it got so. Things aren't the way they were before. You wouldn't even recognize me anymore. So
yeah, you wouldn't even recognize me anymore. So he's saying that I've even changed how I look. So because you're so used to being with me for so long, maybe a few years he was with his partner. Now that 10 years have passed or 5 years have passed, you wouldn't even recognize what this person looks like. It was very deep.
Yeah, she knew me back then, but it all comes back to me in the end. You kept everything inside, and even though I tried, it all fell apart. What it meant to me will eventually be a memory of a time when I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
So Chester Bennington, he's singing the hook there, guys.
My trust in you, pushed as far as I can go. For all this, there's only one thing you should know. I've put my trust in you, pushed as far as I can go. For all this, there's only one thing you should know. I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
So he says, like, you know, I had to fall to lose it all. So, but then he says, in the end, it doesn't even matter. So even if he loses everything, he doesn't really care. You know, that's kind of what happened, guys. You know, he actually went through a massive depression and stuff like that, and then he actually ended up taking his own life, guys. Pretty sad. His case was very, very sad. Damn. Flying Whale. That is a crazy music video. I've never seen a music video like that. So yeah, very intense at the end. You can see all the rain and stuff. It's like the coming of time, like the end of time, maybe like a big flood or something. I think in all the Bibles and stuff like that, in all the religious tellings, any of the religious scriptures, it always says that the world ends with like a flood. So you could see that, you know, it was getting flooded or something like that. But very, very intense song, guys. Like, you know, when I listen to that, bro, I feel like it's not kind of what it seems. I feel like it's there's something deeper to that than anything. But one guy left a comment. 2 years ago, we on this day we lost Chester, R.I.P. And that was 4 years ago. So we lost him 6 years ago. I think 6 years ago. Yeah, he took his own life. I remember that was like the biggest thing in the news. Yeah, absolutely crazy, guys. One of the biggest songs ever. Nearly 2 billion views. And, you know, I'm sure they performed this live a lot of the times. And a lot of people actually saw this live. I'm sure that actually happened. So, crazy, guys. Crazy. Everyone's saying it gives them chills. Listening to this is very, very deep song, guys. They're talking about the coming of time. Like the ending of relationships and the ending of life. Like, it's super, super crazy. In the end, it doesn't really matter. I guess it doesn't, guys. Let me know what you all think. I love you guys all. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.